Are you asking how would you ask someone to be your student, or how would you ask to be the student of someone? I'll answer both, because I don't know what you're asking. So, to start with, I don't ever ask someone to be my student. I am hugely uncomfortable with the idea of being responsible for other people's fate. And I am convinced I am the worst teacher in the world, and that I am constantly messing up, and that I'm going to be responsible for just the destruction of my students' spiritual paths. I have so much anxiety over this that I take the time to do a nightly meditation wherein I remind myself that I am only responsible for the information I make available to people, that I don't tell them what path to walk or how to walk it, that in the end, the only person I control is myself. But I have to remind myself of that every single night. You're going to end up having to go and fetch a phone charger soon. Two, the other way you could mean this question, how do you ask someone to be their student? So at first, my great-grandmother just took me around and introduced me to her friends all over the country and was like, this is my student, would you care to teach her something while we're here? And eventually, two of them essentially said, hey, instead of just teaching you stuff while you're in town, do you want to be considered more under our purview and have to actually dedicate yourself to a couple of paths? And I ended up doing so. I was much older when I started actually going around on my own and asking, hey, can I learn from you? My answer would be to say so respectfully, sans egregious flattery, directly, honestly, and with as little self-aggrandizement as possible. The cup that is full cannot be filled. And one of the things I've had is people have come to me and been like, I want to learn from you. And while they're doing it, they tell me how amazing, powerful, special they are. And I'm like, oh man, it's going to be so much work pumping that ego that I just don't even want to bother. And I always turn them down. So my advice would be leave the self-aggrandizement at home, but also don't take on a veneer of false modesty. Just be direct, upfront, simple, honest, and earnest. I want to learn from you. I admire what you do, and I would like to learn it. And understand that sometimes you'll be turned away because someone is busy, tired, overworked, or it's a closed tradition, and you don't belong in it.